The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find. The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style.
Mrs. Oltean, it's great to have you on the podcast with me today.
Thank you for having me.
So, your work up here at the high school. Tell me a little bit about what your day was like today, 25.
Well, it was a typical school day. I teach AP Government and regular economics right now. So I had a full day of teaching, 4 classes and a study hall. Kids were pretty well behaved today. The year's winding down, so we're finishing up the curriculum, heading into review.
What classes do you teach?
I teach advanced economics and participation in government in the fall. And in the second semester, I teach AP Government and regular economics and IB Theater as well.
The IB Theater, how many days a week do you teach that course?
At the high school, all the classes meet 4 out of 5 days out of the week.
Okay. Now, when you're doing the IB Theater coursework, is that also you're going through your productions that you're doing for that semester?
Yes. Yep. So the course is separate from the productions. The IB Theater class is actually a really cool class. It's a 2-year course of study. It's part of the IB diploma program, and students can take it as an elective into high school elective or an elective in the diploma program. It fulfills like one of their group 6 requirements for the diploma, but it's a hands-on class. They complete 4 IB assessments, which are all performance-based. There is a research presentation where students study a theater tradition that they've never studied before. It could be like commedia dell'arte, or I've had students study no theater, Peking opera, and they learn about the tradition and the culture, and they have to put together a 15-minute research presentation that includes a demonstration of that theater tradition. They have to give before an audience, and it gets recorded, and the recording, along with any research they've done, like research slides they might be presenting, gets sent to IB, and that's evaluated. Then there is the my favorite is the collaborative theater piece. Students in the class form theater companies of no more than 6. 6 is the IB is the maximum size, but they create their own original piece of theater. Together, they collaboratively write it. They direct themselves and their peers. They do all the design, sound, set, lights, costume design. They perform it for an audience, and then they have to give a talk back with the audience to get feedback from the audience to see if the audience understood what their artistic and directorial intentions were. So that's like the highlight of my year, getting to do that piece, getting to see them like put whatever message they want out to the world. It's amazing. There's also a solo theater piece where the students get to create their own like, one woman, one man show. So they get to choose a theater theorist that has inspired them and kind of create their own original piece of theater that's in the style or inspired by this theorist. And then they get to perform that live for an audience, and they direct themselves. They do all their own design, and again, hold a talk back with the audience. So those 2 assessments, I think, embody the whole IB philosophy. They really are creating original works and getting to present them to the community. And then there's a 4th assessment, which is it's like a portfolio. They get to choose a published work, play, or musical of their choice, and then they theoretically stage it as if they were the director. So it's kind of like a big notebook, let's say, where they are talking about how they would direct the actors, how they would design it if they were the designer, and it's done theoretical in a portfolio format. So it's an awesome class.
You mentioned like they can reach out to the world. Explain to our audience a little bit about what IB is about.
So IB stands for International Baccalaureate. The Hilton Central School District has all 3 levels of the program. Here at the high school, we have the diploma program for 11th and 12th grade, and we have MYP in 9th and 10th grade. And it's really about helping students become internationally minded so that they can live and work as part of this international community. And in each of the different courses at the diploma level, there is an international component for IB theater. The international component is studying different theater traditions from around the world and then helping, I guess, to make connections and inspirations with your own tradition and community. So it's a really impressive program that we're lucky to have here in Hilton.
How long have you been doing the IB theater coursework, teaching?
I think the first year it was offered was in 2018. Maybe it was 2019.
Mm-hmm. So you said you teach some economics and some government. Do you have a favorite in the social studies disciplines?
That's hard to pick a favorite. I tend to like whatever I'm doing at the time. I really get into my work as a teacher. I love my curriculum. I love working with the students. So I think whatever I'm doing in the moment is my favorite. They all have, well, there's like anything in life, there's pluses and minuses to each. I teach an MCC dual enrollment class, which is advanced economics. So MCC gives you, a curriculum guide and like standards of things you have to cover, but they really do trust you to be a professional. They treat you like a true partner. I have a college supervisor that I work with who comes in and kind of like, I guess, audits the program and like meets with the students and kind of observes me. So it's nice getting to work with her. She's been very supportive. I think I've learned a lot getting to be mentored by her. I also teach an AP class. There's a lot of rigor and challenges associated with that. Kids are learning at an advanced level, and it's very rewarding getting to work with them because they're highly motivated students. And I also teach regular government economics, which I love doing as well, because the kids there are pretty enthusiastic, and if you can make real world applications and make the curriculum relatable, then they're into it, and we have like really good discussions. So I think I just like everything.
It does. It sounds like it does. Like you said, anything you're doing at the present time. So you said the dual enrollment through MCC. So that's with Hilton High School students, or do you bring in other students from other?
Just Hilton High School students.
Okay.
So students are dual enrolled as Hilton High School students and MCC students at the same time, and they're getting high school credit and college credit as long as they satisfactorily meet MCC's requirements.
Okay. How many years have you taught at Hilton?
I started in the 2004-2005 school year.
And is this the one and only district that you've taught in so far?
It is.
Okay.
I'm a lifer.
You're a lifer now. Where'd you go to high school?
Greece Athena.
Oh, you're a Trojan. So you're from Greece Athena. Tell me a little bit about mom and dad and any siblings that you had.
My mom and dad are George and Donna Oltean. I have 2 brothers. They're younger than I am. Grew up in Greece, went to Athena. My parents have always been very supportive of me and my endeavors.
What did they do for a living? Are they teachers?
My dad was a chemist. He worked at Kodak, Bosch and Lomb, other places. His main job was like inventing coatings on film, coatings on contact lenses, coatings on medical devices like stents. And he has, I think he's got over 20 patents.
Wow.
So very impressive.
Is he still around?
Yeah,
parents?
He is.
Okay.
Yeah, both of my parents are still here.
And they still live in the area?
They do live in Greece.
How about your younger brothers? Did they end up getting married, and you guys have cousins around the area?
My brothers are not married, but they are They both are actually accountants.
Okay. Great job.
Mhm.
Great job. So they're great with numbers, huh?
Yeah, they are.
Do you get to see them much at all, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they live in Greece as well.
They live in Greece. Nothing wrong
No,
with
we're
that.
very far.
And tell me a little bit about your husband, because he's in education as well.
Yeah, my husband is a science teacher here in Hilton High School. He teaches living environment. His name's Ben Gieselman, and he works on the musical and drama club with me.
So it's a family affair.
It is. He's a stage crew advisor. He's a production stage manager for our shows, technical director, lighting engineer, and more.
Sometimes I get a little too personal. But so were you married before you got your job at Hilton? Or
Yeah, we were married.
What's it like? Do you guys travel to work together, or do you
No.
Yeah,
No,
I know
we would never make it here on time if we did. He's a morning person and likes to be here very early, and I'm not a morning person. So.
Do you stay later at work than he does?
Yes, usually. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you have a little boy, right?
Yeah, his name's Noah. He's 3. He's absolutely adorable. He's talking up a storm now.
Right.
Into everything. He's very creative, very smart. We're very lucky to have him.
Well, mom's a social studies teacher, dad's a scientist. I bet she's got lots of neurons in the brain of his, right?
He is. Very smart.
So 2004 approximately started. Now let's get into a little bit of the drama club. How many years have you been? I think is your title head advisor?
I think the school calls it like advisor, but I guess my title would be like the artistic director.
Okay. And you've been doing that since 2018 or 2022?
So for the musical, I think my first year was the 2018-2019 school year. And then for drama club, I think I started in 2005, 2006.
What are the differences between directing the play versus a musical?
They're both very challenging and involve a lot of hours that I don't think people realize go into the productions. There's a lot of similarities. As far as like the production side, you have to, have costume sets, props, lights, sound for both of them. You have to market your show to try and get tickets because that's what pays for the production. You have to go through like the licensing and royalties, posters, t-shirts, feeding the kids, snacks, dinners, all that's the same. In some ways, the musical is easier than the play. The biggest challenge with the play is finding a play that has enough parts to meet the demand we have for our students. Because we're having 40, 50 kids come out to be in the play, and it's hard to get a play that can accommodate all of these kids that want to be in it. So that's, I would think, the biggest challenge is selecting the right play. Whereas picking a musical is much easier. And it's much easier to incorporate 50 plus kids into a musical than it is the play. So for me as a director, I find the play more challenging than the musical.
Interesting. Tell me the last 3 musicals you did.
We did this year The Addams Family, last year Newsies, and the year before that The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical.
Oh, really? Kids love that as a book too.
I love that.
So let's talk about this year, the Addams Family School Edition. Did you choose that, or how did that come as your choice to do?
Well, the adult directors who worked on the show, we met, we talked about it, and we were kind of all more or less in unanimous agreement that this was the perfect show for the students that we had this year. We really thought that we had student performers that could fill the spots. We also liked that it had name recognition, like people would recognize it and want to come and see it because the Addams Family is iconic and beloved. We also chose it because of the ability to incorporate a large ensemble as part of the Addams Family ancestors. And there's a lot of opportunity within the show to incorporate the full ensemble. There's many opportunities for full ensemble numbers. So for me, when picking a show, it's how can I incorporate as many kids as possible?
I like that. You talked about adult directors. Can you name some of those adult directors that work with you?
Sure. We have Ben Gieselman. He is our technical director. He manages the backstage crew, does set construction, lighting engineering, help with miking, help with some of the production side, like organizing parent volunteers and things like that, concessions, and many other things. Matt Miller, who's an English and broadcast teacher, also works on the shows. For Drama Club, he would be like he's my co-advisor, co-director. And for musical, he's a scenic designer, set construction. He designs the t-shirts and posters and whatever else we might need help with. He's always willing to like lend in a hand. And he does those same jobs on the musical or on the drama production as well, in addition to being co-director. And then we have Kim Rudd, who is the vocal music director. She teaches the students the music, the singing. And then we have Amanda Hartman, who graduated from Hilton High School in 2018. She's our choreographer and associate director. And she plays a huge role in our productions as well, helping. She creates dance routines, teaches it to the students, and assists with blocking and directing. She also styles wigs. So, and in Adam's family, we probably had close to 50 wigs.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So with all those adults, how many students did you have involved in their production, from set designers to actors, actresses?
For the musical, for on stage, behind the scenes, or in the band, we had almost 60. I think it was 59, if I remember correctly. And for Drama Club, it was about 52.
Okay. Do you see yourself as a very organized person?
Yes.
Okay. And so to do this, you have to be very organized.
Very organized. There are so many lists and spreadsheets to manage everything, because I'm managing, like for the Addams family, we had over 200 lighting cues. We have all of the sets, all of the set changes. Probably 50 or 60 props, costumes, hundreds and hundreds of costume pieces. You're managing everything down from like gloves and belts to like the full outfit that they're wearing, and the wigs and hats, accessories on their heads, everything, makeup, all of it has to be managed, and students need to know what they need to look like. Then you have ticket sales, and you're managing all of the tickets. You're managing publicity and promotion, social media posts, trying to get advertisers and sponsors. The list it's endless, the tasks that have to be done. And in addition to like directing the show and, blocking it and coaching the kids on their performance elements, it's design, it's directing, design, it's being a producer. It goes on forever.
If you, so I would think the amount of hours put into a show, where you probably can't even compute that.
I could probably compute it, but it would be hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands,
Right.
more hours. Yeah.
Right.
Because I curate, make, source everything you see on stage. Like we're not like renting our costumes or sets. Like we create everything ourselves. And we've had phenomenal parents and guardians and grandparents who've helped us. So I need to recognize all of their efforts. Mrs. Catherine Weiner was integral as our seamstress this year. Mrs. Dina Turner helps with everything from like concessions to like the lobby display with the kids' headshot photos. Mrs. Mary Patine has been instrumental. She books the library, the Parma Library, for us, so we can have a nice display to help promote the show and recognize the kids. I mean, we've had so many parents help. I don't want to like forget everyone.
It's okay. It's hard.
Gone forever.
Right.
We've had, people help with set construction. Mr. Gloth has been helpful with that, and Mr. Turner as well this year, and others who I'm sure I'm forgetting. But we couldn't do it without the support of the students' families. They help wash the clothes after the show. So those hundreds of costume pieces, we having, parents take them home and wash them, and then they return them, and they help store them all. Parents help with concession sales, ushering, feeding the kids. It's a lot.
Big production. There's just so much that you just mentioned that I didn't even think about, marketing and concessions and feeding kids and all that. Do the kids know how to put their own makeup?
Yes,
Mm.
they're actually pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm.
We have student officers. One of the officer positions is hair and makeup coordinator, and that was filled by Lila Mason this year. She's a 10th grader. She kind of put together like an inspirational slideshow that had like, these are the looks that your character should look like. And then our choreographer, Amanda Hartman, she kind of, because the Adams family involved a lot of makeup,
Right.
especially the ancestors. She put together a video of herself doing her makeup from start to finish, and the kids kind of played it along and did it with them with the video. Yeah, we spent a lot of money on makeup for the show. Over $1,000 on makeup.
Right. So tell me about the success that you had with the program.
We're very happy with our production of the Addams Family this year. We've gotten a lot of positive reviews from people in the community. We had almost 1,500 tickets that we sold for the 4 performances in April, and we were participated in the Rochester Broadway Theater League's Stars of Tomorrow program, where they sent 4 different adjudicators to 3 of our performances, and they adjudicated us on acting, singing, dance, production design, backstage crew, and the overall production, as well as they evaluated the leads individually in the areas of acting, singing, and dance. And we were evaluated on costumes, sound, set design, prop design, like all elements of the production, really. So, and we did pretty well.
You did very well, and you didn't know when those adjudicators were there those nights, right?
I knew who was coming to each of. I did,
right?
But I didn't want to stress the kids out, so I didn't make a big deal about who was coming when.
And did your students, did they nail it on most nights?
Most nights they did phenomenal. Yeah. I'm very proud of the cast, crew, and student musicians. They did a phenomenal job. They worked so hard for months putting it together, and it paid off. All their hard work paid off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's like you said, the Addams Family is an iconic story. Tell me a little bit about your cast.
So we have a very talented cast of students. We rehearse 5 days a week for 3 hours in the months of January, February, and then when we get in late March and into April, the rehearsals get longer. They can be upwards of 6 or 7 hours. We had auditions in December before that. The kids work really hard. They put in a lot of time. They put in a lot of effort. And one thing I really admire about them is they want to get better. So they'll take constructive criticism from directors and from each other. And they're willing to reflect and kind of internalize that and think about, okay, what can I do differently to improve my performance? So they really do have a growth mindset, and it's very impressive how reflective they are and how willing they are to take risks. I mean, it's hard getting in front of an audience of hundreds of people and putting yourself out there, because they are putting like their whole heart and soul out there on stage. And I really do admire them for that, to do it as a teenager. I'm sure it's challenging for them, but they're very resilient. They're reflective. They're just a great group of kids to work with.
Talk to me about maybe a time when one of the students, they faltered a little bit, and how are you able to help pull them through?
Well, I think with teenagers, it's so much about like me or themselves. So I try and get them to realize that maybe, yes, to you, that was a big blunder or big mistake, but to the audience watching, it's probably unnoticeable.
Right.
The audience watching, they're not following with the script. They don't know if you messed up your line or your lyric, or if you missed a step. They don't know that. So as long as you do it with a smile and character, and you don't let the audience see that you made a mistake, they're never going to know. So I try and instill that into the students to just like, don't show it on your face.
Mm-hmm.
And then, from time to time, someone will get upset that something went wrong, but you just try and like help them like recenter and get back on stage. And the kids are pretty supportive of one another and encouraging. And if someone's having a bad day, people will try and distract them or, empathize with them or, share something that maybe is even more embarrassing to try and like get them to laugh. But everyone has a bad day.
Sure.
But you can get out, you can try and persevere. You can get around that.
Right. Did you participate in theater when you were younger?
I kind of got into it later in life. I was more into the, I guess, like the art and directing side of it. Not really a performer myself.
Mm-hmm. And where'd you go to college?
SUNY Brockport.
SUNY Brockport. Mm-hmm. Is that where you got your teaching certification and all that?
Yeah, I went there for undergrad and grad.
Good. What were some of your hobbies when you were growing up? Did you participate in?
Growing up, let's see. I guess the first thing that comes to my mind right now is just that I had the opportunity in my senior year of high school to do an internship at Eastman Kodak Company.
Okay.
So my high school, which was Athena, they had a co-op program, and you could, apply and get chosen to work at like Kodak or Bosch and Lomb. They had like a thing with. And in my 12th grade year, I got to be, I guess, a secretary at Kodak, and I had tons of responsibilities. Like I would book people's international travel, their hotel, their airfare. I scheduled their meetings for them. It was a really cool job. I don't know why that's not really a hobby, but that's the first thing that came to my mind about high school. I guess because it was the last thing that I did in my 12th grade year.
Any other jobs you did growing up that kind of shaped you for,
let's see,
social studies teaching, directing? And
well, I've done a lot of different things. I worked at Media Play in the video department, so I sold DVDs. I did medical billing at a vascular laboratory at Rochester General.
Okay.
And teaching. Those have been my main professions.
What's the coordination like when you're trying to put that production all together with the cast, crew, and musicians? I know it's kind of a general question, but
I think,
how do you juggle it all?
It's like layers. So everything is like a layer. You have like your audition layer, and then you're layering and teaching the kids the acting, singing, and dance. And while that's happening, the crew is simultaneously building the set, and we're working on the props and costumes, like getting it together, making the costumes, altering the costumes, making the sets and props. And then that gets layered in. And then you are layering in your sound and lights. And then you layer in actually rehearsing on the set, and you layer in using the props, and you layer in rehearsing in costume, and you layer in makeup and hair, and then you layer in the band. So it's all just incremental layers. You don't do everything all at once because that would be impossible.
It'd be impossible.
So it's just like one step at a time.
Tell me what it's like when they all comes together.
It's magic.
It's gotta be.
Theater is magic. It's one of the most amazing things and experiences to do. I mean, you start with nothing more than words on a page or notes on music, and you go from just this page to this whole thing that you've created with an amazing group of students and adults. And to see the kids light up on stage and to be so proud of their work, it's just an amazing experience. And then to feel like the audience like be receptive of this work that everyone's worked so hard on, and recognize the kids for everything they've done. It's really magical. And the kids take on a lot of ownership and responsibility too. Yeah, there's adults guiding them, and we all work really hard, but the kids do a lot themselves too. They're very independent. They're very responsible, very talented, very, very skilled. We have student artists who paint our sets. They did beautiful like portrait work on our set this year. We partnered with a robotics team and they helped build the robot for the animated tassel for us. It's just the magic of creating something that is original, unique from, I just said it, it's words. We start with words, with a book, and we bring it all to life together, and it's really just a magical thing.
Do you have any desire to write?
I've toyed with ideas and like talked about it, but I've never sat down and written anything. Matt Miller is an aspiring like screenwriter, and he has several pieces that he's written in hopes that someone will want to publish someday.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about the 2025 Stars of Tomorrow Gala and how that went with you'd emailed me yesterday a press release, and you were pretty busy with that.
Yeah, so the gala was last Friday on May 9th, and it was a recognition of all of the participating schools. This year, 48 schools participated in the Stars of Tomorrow program. 42 of them came to the gala, and the students from those 42 schools each got to perform a 2.5-minute selection from their show. We performed our opening number, When You're in Atoms. That was really cool, getting to see the kids perform on the same stage that like famous people get to be on. And we performed before an audience of 2,400 people. So that's, I'm sure, the biggest audience that any of them have ever performed in front of. They did really well. They should be very proud of their performance. They also, at the gala, announced awards. We got achievements in excellence in acting, singing, dance, ensemble, production design, production crew, overall production. All 8 of our leads were recognized for excellence in their performance. I think that we had the most leads recognized of any of the 48 schools.
Wow.
So we're incredibly proud of our students. And I was going to say, and 2 of our students, Paige, Blonsky, and Leah Turner, were chosen to go on to the next round of the competition, which is called the New York City Bound Competition. There were over 300 students that were individually adjudicated on acting, singing, and dance. The adjudicators, when they came to visit all the schools, were able to evaluate leads who chose to participate in this next round of competition, and they whittled it down from 300 to 40, and Paige, Blonsky, and Leah Turner are 2 of those 40, and we're very proud of them. And right now they're in, next week on May 22nd, they'll be going to the New York City Bound competition, where they're vying for a spot to represent the Rochester area at the Jimmy Awards in New York City, which is a really, really big deal. You get to take master classes and learn from Broadway professionals, directors, producers, actors, and there's scholarship opportunities. And it's a very impressive award show that recognizes musical theater students in the United States. It's a national competition. The Broadway Theater League here in Rochester will pay for 2 students from Rochester to go and represent Rochester at the Jimmys. It's an all expense paid trip that doesn't cost the families anything. So we're very thankful to the Rochester Broadway Theater League for sponsoring this program. It's an outstanding program that recognizes the hard work of students.
It's incredible. That is incredible. Now, what awards are Paige and Leah up for, and how can people vote for them?
So there is a fan favorite component to the New York City Bound competition. People can go on rochesterfirst.com and look for the RBTL Stars of Tomorrow fan favorite. Both Paige and Leah, as well as the other students in the top 40, are available to vote for. We'd encourage you to vote for both Paige and Leah. Alternate your votes. You can vote once per day per email address now through the 21st of May at noon. It closes. And whoever wins fan favorite gets 4 tickets to Clue in the special box seats at the Auditorium Theater, and they get like VIP parking, and it's just a very cool recognition. And I think it shows off community support for our Hilton students. So we'd encourage everyone to please vote for both Paige and Leah.
I can't agree more, and I think as we wrap up this podcast. I think what you said about theater being magic, and just what you see in those students once they it all comes together, and what the community sees for them.
Yeah, I think we've had tremendous support in Hilton from the community. I think I mentioned that part of the job is getting sponsorships. We do sell ads in our program, and we have been very blessed to have the support of dozens of businesses over the years support us by purchasing ads in our program. And we're very thankful to all of those local businesses in Hilton and Greece and the surrounding area for their support of our students and our productions. We couldn't do it without the business community supporting our students in our program.
Well, after you leave the screen, I'm going to bring on Paige and Leah and talk to them a little bit. But any final thoughts? Or
I'll just thank you for having us here.
Very welcome.
Recognizing the hard work of the students and staff in the theater program. We really do appreciate you taking the time to meet with us and to help recognize Paige and Leah as they move on to the next phase of this competition.
It's been my pleasure, and my wife and daughter always go to your programs, and it was very, very impressive. Good luck to you, Leah.
Thank you very much
for joining me. I have Paige Blonsky and Leah Turner. Ladies, it's nice to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
You two have been making your name for yourselves in our drama department with your musical productions, and I want to get into a little bit of that on our podcast. First things first, though, Paige, you're a sophomore. Leah, you're a junior. How was your school day today?
It was good. A lot of people are voting. We're doing a lot of promotions, so it's going really well.
Okay. Now, you said a lot of people are voting. Clue our audience into what are you referring to when you're talking about the voting?
So for the Stars of Tomorrow Top 40, there's an opportunity to pick a fan favorite. And so community members can vote on who their fan favorite is, and the award winner can get a prize.
Can get a prize. So what is that prize?
4 tickets to Clue, and then there's like a bunch of things that you can get in the theater.
Okay. Now, in order to be nominated for that, what entailed that? How did you get nominated?
Well, all the leads in the different school productions can apply to be part of the NYC Bound competition, and then the people with the highest scores get picked to top 40, and they can compete.
Okay. How did you get chosen for the top 40? Was that a panel of experts, or was that also like on fan voting?
That's people who come to see our show and judge our performance.
Okay. What performances were they judging you on with that? All its different performances, or was it the Addams Family, or what you did in the fall?
Yeah, so it was just the Addams Family. It's primarily just for the musicals that each school puts on during the year. So they came to, I think, like our first show or whatever, and they came and they judged us based off our singing, dancing, acting overall.
Did you know they were there?
No.
No? Did they stick out in the crowd? So you probably didn't know who they were?
No, we couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell. And so you said they went at the Addams Family, or were they at the musical in the fall?
Just at the Addams Family.
Just at, okay. What characters went on? Let's go back to school today. What were your classes like today? Like before your drama musical people, you also got to go through your daily ritual. So how was your day with classes?
It was good, I think. We're ending the year, so it's a lot of reviewing and getting prepared for tests, which can be a little overwhelming, but it was good.
How about your day?
Pretty much the same. Like junior year is a little kind of like stressful because we're starting to get into like prepping for your finals and for colleges and stuff like that. But it was good.
It was good. I see you're a Giants fan. All right. Very good. Very good. Well, you're on Bills territory, so at least you could say you won a couple Super Bowls. Paige, and this question will be for both of you. How did you know that you had a strength or affinity for musicality and getting into what you do now?
Well, my mom's a music teacher. She's the chorus teacher here. And I've been doing musicals since I was like 5.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been something that I've been interested in and like wanting to get better. And it's been really easy to have my mom as a resource. So I've grown up around music, and it's always been something that's like a big core for me.
Do you remember your first musical, what it was?
It was The Jungle Book.
Okay. What was your character?
I was one of the ensemble monkeys.
Ensemble monkeys.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever have nerves, or did you always?
When I was younger, I didn't really have a lot of nerves because it was like I was just performing for fun.
Mhm.
As I got older and I got more solo work and more parts, I got a little bit more nervous, but it's been pretty manageable.
Now, once you got into high school, I guess I'll include 7th and 8th grade, and then that's middle school. How many productions have you been in?
Well, I took a break from theater over middle school, and I did a few. And for the middle school shows, I worked kind of backstage and did some of the makeup. But since high school, I've been in Newsies here, Anne of Green Gables, Addams Family, and done some summer productions at OFC.
OFC, what's that stand for? Something.
Oh, it's just OFC Creations.
Okay, OFC Creations.
Yes.
And did you have a favorite of any of their productions?
I did Wedding Singer there.
Okay.
And that was one of my favorites.
Is that like from the Adam Sandler movie?
Yes. It's exactly based on that.
What was your character?
I was Julia.
Julia?
Yes.
What was your when did you realize that you had talent and you wanted to do this for a long, long time?
The Northwood Theater Club program. I joined that when I was in, I believe, I was in 5th grade, and I'd done that. And COVID hit, so then middle school was kind of, I didn't get back into it until 8th grade. And then I got into high school, and I figured out that they did a play and a musical, which was different. So ever since middle school, really, I've just been kind of getting into it. So
Now, do you sing and dance?
yes.
Okay, I forgot. Are you a singer and a dancer too?
Yeah.
Okay. Going to COVID, what was it like? How did that affect theater when COVID hit?
When COVID hit, I was
how old were you when that hit?
I was in my 6th grade year, and I remember hearing that they were originally going to put on Shrek at the middle school, but that had all got canceled, and you had the social distancing. You're not allowed to like go do these shows on stage when you're all bunched up together. So during COVID, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a hobby because that was shut down, and I was like miserable. But then after COVID, obviously, came back, and I was really glad I decided to do it.
Which elementary school did you attend?
Village Elementary.
Village, okay. So they don't have as extensive as a drama club that Northwood did.
They do not. They don't have the theater club opportunity.
The opportunity you had at Northwood, who were the advisors there?
It was Mrs. Sika and Mrs. Clock.
Okay. And would they put on one production a year, or was there two?
There was one production, and it was kind of like a bunch of different songs from popular musicals and different scenes and different dances. Like it was all mixed into one.
Okay.
So.
All right, I see. I guess asking, okay, I got to get them straight. Did you ever have nerves on stage?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
All the time.
Because according to you, you grew up in it. You had like no problem pretty much?
Yeah, it never really was like that big of an issue where it was like this overwhelming thing.
Okay.
But I feel like performing, it's bound to happen.
So I'm going to come back to you, Leah. When people go to watch the shows, I mean, stage fright, I mean, just being on stage, what was that like, and how did you deal with nerves?
Like Paige said earlier, I was all right, and then when I started getting into more like solo work, and I like my freshman year, I had my own solo, and that was like really scary because this was one of my first times doing it, and you look out on stage and you see all these people, and you're like, okay, like this is it's a little nerve-wracking, but as I've grown out to my junior year, you kind of learn like, all right, take a deep breath, you've done this before, you kind of settle into it. So really just experience, I think, will help you move past that.
Move past it?
Yeah.
Do either of you take lessons for vocal lessons or anything like that? Okay. What's that been like? Do you take it from your mom, or do you?
No, I take it from Judith Ranaletta.
Okay.
And I've also studied with Wendy Hendrickson in the past. They've been really helpful in getting to develop those skills and use them towards the different roles and different ensemble parts that I've played. And so it's been a really useful skill.
I'm going to ask some questions that I'm not as well versed in drama and voice. Are you a soprano? Like, what's your vocal level?
I'm a soprano,
Okay.
but I've sung alto.
What's the higher one? Soprano or soprano?
Yes.
Same question with you. How about your vocal experience with being taught different?
I'm also a soprano, but I have sang alto in the past.
Do you who's your vocal coach? I mean, do you have a coach as well?
I work with Jessica James from Hochstein School of Music.
And so you'll continue to do that throughout your high school career. Leah, you're a junior, so you'll be picking a college next year.
Yeah.
Do you want to study theater when it comes to university?
I want to at least minor in it. I'm looking towards like the nursing and medical field, but as I get more involved with like an opportunity like this, I'm really considering I want to keep doing it for a fact. I know that whether I major in it, minor in it, or like do it for fun. So I'm kind of figuring all that out.
Right. Well, you still got some time. And Paige, how about you? Same question. What's your avenue or the track that you can see yourself on?
I'm planning to major in musical theater. So that's been my main focus for a few years now, is getting the BFA, going to college for musical theater, and then performing.
So what does the BFA stand for?
Bachelor of Fine Arts. So that's a focus on musical theater in your degree.
Leah, do you want to go local, or do you want to leave the nest, or you're still feeling your way out there?
I wouldn't mind going out of state for college, but I'm more of a homebody. I like to stay home. So I don't know. Whatever opportunity is presented to me, I'll go take when it comes to schools.
So you're not opposed to, Okay. Paige, same question. Do you care, or do you have aspirations of going far away?
I kind of want to find that like sweet spot of like I can come home when I need to, but it's also like a little bit farther removed, so I can have that independence that I part of college. So I'm excited at the idea of like going a little bit farther, but still staying like around my community.
You mentioned community. You provide a service that, I mean, people can come to shows on the weekend and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday matinees. How's the connection been with the theater department and the community?
It's been really cool. A lot of teachers at school who I had never had before as a teacher, they come up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you were so good. Good job." And it's kind of helped me like be familiar with more of the staff and other students at the school who I would not have talked to originally. So
Connection with staff.
Yeah.
Same question with you. Like, how did you make more connections with the community, and did you realize the outreach that you did have?
It's been a really great opportunity to like get to talk to other people and also like get to talk to them about theater, which is something that I love. And so it's been able to build that kind of like connection also with like staff and teachers who come to the show and other students who I didn't know before, to kind of talk to them about like the role and like the show and if they liked it. And it's created a lot of connection between people that I never would have talked to.
Speaking of, I want to talk a little bit about your families, because I think it's also, you need a supportive family to do what you're doing. Talk to me a little bit about mom and dad and any siblings that you have.
Well, like I said, my mom's a music teacher.
Right.
So she's been really helpful in guiding me through this like musical theater journey, I guess. And my dad also has played in bands and is very musically inclined. So they've helped me a lot in like the music education aspect, which comes in handy a lot when I'm doing this theater.
What instrument does your father play?
Guitar.
Guitar? Acoustic or?
Electric, acoustic, and he can play the bass.
Nice. Does mom play an instrument, or is she pretty much?
She's very vocally focused, but she can do some piano.
All right. Any siblings?
Yes, I have a younger sister.
Younger sister. Is she in the musical realm?
She plays the violin, and she's in chorus at her elementary school.
Is she go to Village too? Or
yes.
Okay. All right. Leah, how about you? Your parents and what they do, and any siblings?
So yes, I have two sisters. I'm a triplet.
Right.
They're involved with lacrosse. My parents, they didn't really they didn't have any like musical background or experience, but they have been nothing but so supportive. My mom especially, she's been helping me like meet with the different pianists and getting my voice lessons. And my parents, they're just like, they're such go-getters, and they really like inspire me to just like take the opportunities and work hard. And yeah.
So there's 3 sisters, did you say? Okay, and the other 2 sisters play lacrosse.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are pretty busy all the time.
Yeah.
I just questions are coming in and out. Do the parents make the costumes, or are those done by a costume department at school?
One of our seniors here, Jesse Wayner, his mother is very involved with helping. Like all of our costumes are made. Sometimes they're like bought, but they're altered. Like they are mostly Hilton done work.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very impressive.
Let's go into some of the accolades you've received this year. There's a nomination to the New York City Bound competition. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And this was for the production of The Addams Family.
Yes.
And what was your role in that?
I was Wednesday Addams.
Wednesday? Nothing against you, but that was my favorite character in the TV show too. Do you have the black hair and everything?
Yes.
Such an interesting kid, you know. And you were?
I was Morticia Adams.
Morticia. So that was the one played by Angelica Houston in the movie?
Yes.
That's the mom, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So you guys were 2 of the major characters,
Yeah.
right? All right. And I had found a press release, and it said that the Addams Family School Edition, is that correct? And it was at the 2025 Stars of Tomorrow Gala hosted by the Rochester Broadway Theater League. And did you have to perform at that spot?
Yes.
A full ensemble number.
A full ensemble number. So when you say that, like there were people from other schools there too, or was it all of Hilton?
They were watching us, so all the schools came and they all did a number from their show.
Mm-hmm.
But our number was everyone in the cast. We all performed in a big song.
In a big song. And what scene did you guys do? Do you remember? Or
we did the opening.
Yeah.
the opening number?
When you're in Adams.
When you're in Adams. Did you nail it?
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
You nailed it without a doubt. So because of that production, did they vote right on the spot, or did you have to wait a few days to find out if you were moved on to the thing that we're going to be voting for online?
So we were judged the day they came to our show, which was the first weekend in April. So they had already like made their decisions and made their call as to who would be the top 40. The performance at the Stars of Tomorrow Gala was just like a fun little show off of all the schools.
And how was Hilton recognized in that? Did they receive other awards?
We won excellence in everything except for student orchestra, because we do not have our own orchestra, but like acting, dance ensemble, vocal ensemble, overall production or production crew. Yeah.
How many students performed or were at that gala?
There were 42 different schools that
42?
performed and 48 schools competed.
Now, the voting that we're talking about, how many students are up for the prestigious award?
All the top 40.
All the top 40? And how can people go about voting for that?
On rochesterfirst.com, Stars of Tomorrow fan favorite, you can find us and vote.
I'm also going to try to put it in the comment box, so take a look down below and we'll try to get it in there. The voting, I think, goes through May 21st, correct?
Yes.
And so is it just one person that wins and they get the 4 tickets to go to Clue? And that's on Broadway, right?
That's at the RBTL.
RBTL, Rochester
Broadway Theater.
Theater League. Sorry, I'm learning a lot of lingo, and I apologize for keep asking. How fun, and that's such a generic question. How fun was the Addams Family production for you all?
It was the most fun show I've ever done.
It was my favorite
so
show
fun.
that I've ever participated.
Was it comedic? Was it dramedy?
Yes.
Was it dramedy? Okay.
It was very comedic. It's full of humor, and it was just a great show.
Clearly, if I knew I was going to have you on the podcast, I should have made the production. But I did know a teacher across the hall, she went to and loved it. So do you have an orchestra there, or do you have to have the sound coming from the speakers in order to do the singing?
We had a live band.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, and that was Hilton instrumentalists, or?
We brought in some student performers from our band, but mostly it was outside professionals.
How long does it take to put a production like the Addams Family together, from the time you get the script to the time you're doing, that first production, and then you're doing dress rehearsals, and then the final thing?
Well, we have 2 weeks of tech, which is full dress, makeup, everything, for leading up to the show. But from the audition to the show, it's like we went from December were auditions, and then our show was at the beginning of April.
How competitive were auditions?
They're pretty competitive, especially,
which is good.
Yeah, especially with everyone wants to do good, and everyone wants to do a good part, and we have a lot of kids in our ensemble, so there's a lot of people who go up against one another, but they're pretty competitive.
Yeah.
And I'm unfamiliar with it, but when you go in to do an audition, do you say I'm auditioning for the part of Morticia, or do you just go in and do your best shot, and then the director places you where they believe you belong the best?
You're given a few options to choose from. Like, you could have chosen Wednesday's song or one of Morticia's songs, or for the male parts, Gomez or Fester, and you choose your cut, you practice, you walk up, you're like, "Hi, my name is Leah Turner, I'm auditioning for Morticia," and then you go, and then that's your audition.
They make their choices, and then they do make callbacks?
Yes, they do.
So, go ahead.
The callback is after the audition, the people they're considering for the roles, they come back and they do more from the role and more from the show. So they might read some scenes, do extra songs. Sometimes there's a dance thing, like you did tango.
Yeah, I did do a tango.
How many people were in the audience making that decision on who made it past and who made it for what part?
Well,
or was it just the director? It
was all of our directors.
Okay.
So, our choreographer, vocal director, Rasultine, our artistic director.
So it's quite a crew that puts together the production, right? Enlighten me a little bit about, besides the actors, about who else is on stage, behind the stage scenes, and all of that.
Our stage crew is very, very important to our show. They're all students like ourselves. They help by making the sets, doing the painting, help design, helping miking us, help with the lighting. They are so important to the overall production of our show.
The person that's in charge of sound, is that a student, or is that an adult that runs? Because I know you have the sets hooked up to your mouth.
That is an outside professional who comes in to help us.
Have you ever been scared of, like, the dress rehearsal wasn't going so well, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, we got 2 weeks to shape this up"? And then how's your director when that's happening? Does it get a little tense?
We all get kind of frustrated, but that's part of the production. Is you're gonna have bad rehearsals. You're gonna have days where you feel like you're not at your best, but the show will work itself out.
It's kind of like preparing for a test or stuff like that. Did you have any of those moments getting prepared for the Addams Family? And if so, describe one of them.
One thing I really struggled with trying to find, like, with my solo songs, I thought, like, I did not think they were going well. And it was not like an ensemble thing. It was like a me freaking out. And sometimes you just have those rehearsals where you're like, what am I doing? I missed my cue. I missed my line. I don't know my notes. It's just like, it's just overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
But then it works itself out.
Do you tape your dress rehearsals and then listen to them afterwards so you can see exactly what you sound like? 'Cause
not usually.
Not usually? Okay. How did you do the hand thing? Did you even do the hand thing for the Addams Family? Isn't there a hand in the...
We had one of our students, like, go through the curtain. Her name is Emma Verrill, and she, like, gets some
Okay.
things at the beginning of the show.
Did you videotape it? Like I want to see I definitely got to see a videotape of it. I'm looking at your director. The main cast included how many students?
I think there were 8 of us.
8 of you?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume that throughout the production, you guys got pretty close, right? Because you're okay. About how many minutes or hours a day would you spend practicing?
We start
average
rehearsals with like 3-hour rehearsals, and then we get into tech, and we're like there for like 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. We're there together a lot, and that's okay.
A lot of time together.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, I would think. Do you bring meals on the set for yourselves? I mean, you got to eat, right?
Snack table.
You got a snack table. Is there a person that's in charge of the snack table, or
Mrs. Clark helps out.
Yes.
really? Wow, this is really interesting. Did back to the fall? That was the Green Gables. What's the production name of that?
Anne of Green Gables.
Anna of Green Gables.
Yes.
And that's also a musical.
That's a play.
That's a play.
Yes.
And what was your role in that?
I played Josie Pye.
Josie Pye. And then what did you play?
I played Marilla.
Marilla. You know, full disclosure, I haven't seen it and I haven't read the play, so you're kind of flying blind. What was the setting of that play, and what were the characters about?
So it's like late, I think 1800s, early 1900s. It follows the story of this orphan Anne who is to be adopted by Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert, and the play's almost like a bunch of little anecdotes in one. Like it just kind of follows her along through her life.
As opposed to the Addams Family, was there more dancing in that play? No.
There was no dancing.
There was no okay. Bad question. So that was a strict play. All right. And tell me a little bit about the differences then between the production of that play and then the Addams Family edition?
The Addams Family had music, singing,
okay, yeah.
Dancing. It had all those musical components.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Anne of Green Gables, we did do some singing for like the church scenes, but it wasn't like full ensemble numbers that were like meant to be like in a musical.
Mm-hmm. Was one more difficult than the other to prepare for? I guess what I'm saying is, I mean, in my own head, I think I know the answer, but is it hard dancing and, singing versus intense play acting?
I find it more challenging to prepare for the musical only because, like, you want to sound stable, you want to make sure you know all your moves, know all your singing, know all your, like, there's a little more that goes into the musical in the sense, like, all the musical components. So just trying to...
I definitely think that the musical is a lot more taxing just because there's more that you have to remember. Yeah. So along with the acting that comes with a play, there's also the dance and the singing, and the overall production is just a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for the first show, it's on a Friday night usually?
Yes.
Okay. Put me behind the scenes 1 hour before show starts. What's it like in your position? What's going through your mind, your body, like what's it feel like?
Well, usually there's a lot of excitement and nerves. We're usually like pretty much dressed for the show, just going through some final warm-ups. I usually like to run through all my songs and my lines in my head, and sometimes like at a piano I'll just go through it so I can feel confident. But it's usually like a mix of nervous and excited.
Yeah.
Are you able to eat? Like I wouldn't be able to eat.
Not usually.
Okay. And how about you? How was your feelings hour before?
As Paige said, I also like to run through with my songs and my music, but I'm also the president of our drama club, so I like to get everyone together and we kind of give like a nice big opening speech, like try to motivate each other, hype everybody up, get everyone to feel excited and connected and ready.
In that speech that you give, do you think about it beforehand, or does it just come to you on that night?
It kind of just like comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
That's nice. And then, so then you do the first night, And then Saturday, there's one show or two?
Two.
Two. And then Sunday, there's one show?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what it's like at the end of that last show on Sunday. Are you exhausted?
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
It's so sad. Well,
Yeah.
because you've, like, worked on something for a very long time, and you've gotten so close with everyone, like we said. So it's like you go from spending all this time together and like working so hard for it, and then when it's over, it's just a very bittersweet thing because it's like, yes, we did it, but it's also like now we're not going to be in rehearsal together every day.
Did you become friends with anybody that maybe you wouldn't have become friends with in school, but because you were involved in such an intense after school activity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't have to give me any names, but what was it like?
Well, I feel like since the theater is open to like 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, it kind of gave me like an opportunity to get to know some of the freshmen, some of the seniors, people who aren't in my grade who I wouldn't normally have classes with. So that was a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what have you been doing since the end of the show? You were preparing for the gala, right?
Yes.
Am I saying it right? Is it gala or gala?
I say both.
You say it?
I say
I
both.
teach reading in 3rd grade. I should know. So can I say now that you have some time off or not really? Because no.
No, we don't.
Are you aware of what you're going to be doing in the fall for the production? Do you have any input on that as to what the production would be? And you keep looking over in the corner.
They don't tell us.
They don't tell you?
It's a big surprise.
Yeah.
And do you think that they're mulling through some ideas or they're taking some time off too?
They have to be.
They have to be.
So you'll be involved in both productions next year, I would think. And you'll be a senior, right? So there'll be the big senior year, and then you'll be up to your junior year. What is some advice you might have for? I teach 3rd grade, and they're so young and starry-eyed. If you had a kid that had aspirations of being in drama club,
100%, you got to do it.
you got to do it.
Yes. Well, it's so like if I had not joined theater up again, like after COVID in 8th grade, I don't know what I would be doing now. It brings so much confidence and just fun, and you work hard and you meet great and different people, and it's just you should totally do it. It's
Totally go
amazing.
for it.
100%.
What would you like to add to that?
I would agree. I think it's a hard thing to get into just because there's so many components to it. But the biggest thing is like if you put in the work and you don't get discouraged, it can be so rewarding, and it's such a great time to like get to know people who have the same interests as you and all working toward a common goal.
That's great advice. So repeat how our viewers can go back and vote for. Now, first of all, you can only explain the voting because there's 2 of you from Hilton, and I know people are going to be, split on who they want to vote for, but they can vote for.
You can vote for both. So you can vote every day. So you can vote for Leah one day, me another, and kind of alternate till the 21st.
Okay, till the 21st. And then do you find out right that day on who's the victor?
On May 22nd at the Top 40 event.
Well, it'd be nice if you both finished at the top of the list with the same amount of votes, and they got to give you both. Well, Paige Blonsky and Leah Turner, it's been great getting to know you on the Big H podcast. Good luck to the rest of the school year, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
All right.
The Big H podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find